would absolutely love to be the person who reminds you today that we're all just floating on a tiny pale blue dot. Okay? We're just floating on a tiny pale blue dot in outer space, out in the ethers. And yes, we're right here and we're living in a physical world. And on this physical world, things are sometimes hectic, sometimes boring, sometimes nonsensical. But it's also extremely magical and extremely beautiful. And it's really an honor that we're here at all. And I'm sure every time you think, yes, we're on a tiny pale blue dot, but they're destroying it. Okay, yes, just for the second, enjoy what it is to have a life here. This tiny, tiny pale blue dot out in outer space, just far enough away from the sun that we don't burn it up, but close enough to where life is sustained. That's a miracle. A tiny little blue dot that we exist on. And in fact, it's so small, like it's so tiny, it's so teeny tiny that it can fit into the sun 1.3 million times. That's like really tiny. I'm saying all of this to say that we have a lot to be grateful for. Thinking like this helps me through the art. It brings about healing. It brings about a reminder that it's all okay. And so I try my best to remind people of that every day. That it's important that we take care, not just of ourselves, but of the people around us. Taking care of ourselves first. And so far, I've very much enjoyed being able to share the art with the people who have supported me for years through engaging on the internet, through consistently viewing and admiring the art that I do put out into the world, because that is what I'm here to do. And so I just wanted to take a couple of moments to not only acknowledge you, but acknowledge that you're doing a really good job here on this tiny pale blue dot. And so many of you I've been having one-on-one meetings and calls with to show you the digital print collection, 318 pieces we put out. It's a lot of art, like a lot. And that was only in the span of 2 years. That's the work from 2017 to 2019. And a lot of it covers how universally we sort of have a tendency to lie to ourselves and questioning that in and of itself, bringing about a bit more conscious and conscientiousness into the way that we live our lives. And so if you're curious at all about the art, I would love to walk you through the collection personally. Go ahead and comment on this video and I'll send you a link and we can set up a call and I will tell you a story about your favorite piece. Thank you so much for supporting this mission to connect with love as a conduit to the divine. I have a vision that we all embody the abundance that we design by our own conscious dreams. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm grateful for you. And just remember that I have one purpose on this planet. And that's that art heals. Have a beautiful